Hey, this is Jen Frankel with a special preview for the No Snark Zone. I'm going to be talking to Michelle Wells, author and composer. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about the kind of books that she remembers growing up that affected her. Hi, Michelle, are you there?
Right here.
Hey, it's great to have you. I hear that there's some books that you remember from your childhood that affected you deeply.
I think one of them that affected me really deeply in my whole outlook on life is actually a pre-reading book that I had read to me,
Okay.
when I was really little. And it basically, the theme of it was, I don't remember all the details, but basically the theme of it was that having sympathy for people who appear to do bad things.
Right.
Like to try to understand why they did something bad and then offer them understanding and forgiveness.
Oh, neat. And how old were you when this was read to you?
Oh, probably four.
Wow.
4 or 5.
What was the book?
Oh, it was called Bobtail's Birthday. I still have it. I'm
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
at it.
Is it actually a kid's book then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, little kids' book.
And okay, so tell me what's about.
Well, Bobtail's a rabbit, and it's his birthday, and he invites all the animals in the forest, except that Fox's invitation gets lost. And so Fox is really hurt, and he thinks that they don't want him at the party. And he sees them having fun at the party, and actually they're wondering where he is, but he doesn't know that because he can't hear. So when they're not looking, he steals the cake and he runs away with it. And he says, well, maybe I can have the cake, and they come and something happens to him. I think he trips and he gets hurt or, in some way. And they find him and they ask what's going on, and he starts to cry. And so then they explain to him that he actually had been invited to something happened to the invitation. And then in the end, they say, well, sit down, good fellow, and have a piece of cake.
Nice.
Everybody's. I think that just generally inculcated me with that sort of sympathy to sort of.
Oh, that's great. So look beyond what you actually see people doing and try to figure out why they're doing it.
Yeah, and I think that's fascinated me ever since. Actually.
Oh, that's a great lesson, though. Okay, what other books do you remember?
Okay, so moving into middle childhood, my dad read me just about every children's classic and classic series there was, but I think 3 of them that really made an impression. The Man Who Was Magic by Paul Gallico.
Okay.
Which is like one of the greatest books ever.
And I haven't read that.
And the Narnia Chronicles.
Right.
And My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell, which isn't dedicatedly a children's book, but was just such an awesome, funny book that I just, and his descriptions, you're not supposed to use too much description in writing, but in his case it was justified. He just had these incredible descriptions, and you would just get lost in them. And it was beautiful.
I think you're not supposed to use too many descriptions if they're boring. And if they're not boring, people never even notice there's that many of them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. No, the Narnia Chronicles are great favorites of mine too, and I've read Durrell, but I haven't read that one, so that's great.
Oh,
so 3 great new books for people to look at. Actually 4, if we count the one that was read to you. We'll have a lot more fun talking to Michelle later on, so please tune in to the No Snark Zone when the regular episode is up with Michelle Wells. This is Jen Frankel saying goodbye for now.